I'm in the middle of, well, I shouldn't say in the middle, I'm towards the tail end of a 72-hour fast. Now, I know you're not supposed to tell people you're fasting for spiritual reasons, and I'm going to tell you this, I'm not doing it for spiritual reasons in particular. I like to think that I can offer that to the Lord, but I'm not trying to do this as a holiness thing. I'm trying to do this as a health thing because I've become a little unhealthy lately, and I've decided that I need to short circuit my body and I've seen all these videos, you maybe have seen them too, where it talks about like do a 72-hour fast, like only drink water, 0 calories, 72 hours, 3 days. And the reason why I did it was because I saw all these videos and heard all these people talk about the benefits that happen to your body when you do that. Rather quickly, your body goes into ketosis, which is a fat-burning metabolic state where you're burning your body's stored fat rather than the food and the sugar that's existing in your system. And then there's also this process called autophagy, that where all of your like useless cells that are floating around get eaten up by your body and converted into energy, and then your stem cells, anyway, all this stuff. I'm not here to tell you all about it, but I can tell you this: it's awful. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I feel great. I'm doing this fast. All of a sudden, I have all this mental clarity. I have all this energy, and all of this it's just amazing. I feel incredible. I'm here to tell you something, my friends. I'm hungry. I'm suffering. Last night, we went to a grad party last night, and I wanted to eat everything in sight. I was just like, I just gotta wrap this up, man. I don't know if I can make it. This is tough. But we got home, and because Stell's doing it with me, and we watched this video. It's talking about the benefits of the suffering. And what that really did is it motivated me to stay with it to the end. Because if I just give up and quit on the night of day 2 instead of go all the way to day 3, then all of the benefits of that suffering I have done are out the window. Think about that. Sometimes our suffering is connected to benefits, but we have to have the right mindset, and we have to persevere, and we have to be willing to endure the pain. And again, I'm not telling you this so you think I'm super holy, because like I said, when Jesus talks about don't tell everybody you're fasting, he's talking about that from like a spiritual perspective. And if I was doing, or when I do spiritual fasts, I don't tell you guys about it. But again, I'm not pretending that this is one of those times. Although I have offered this up to the Lord, but I'm not trying to say this to make myself appear holy. I'm saying this as a guy who is trying to get more healthy. And I don't mind sharing that with you. But I think there's a crossover here, because whatever suffering that we endure, there can be a benefit to it. You might say, okay, well, this is a suffering that you've voluntarily chosen to get some health benefits. But what about the sufferings that we don't choose? And again, this is why we fast, right? Ultimately, one of the reasons is to prepare ourselves for those sufferings that we don't choose. Because if we know how to say no to our flesh when of our own choosing, then when something comes to us that causes us fleshly suffering even, we're conditioned to be able to handle that. And when you think about that from a spiritual perspective, right? When you recognize that your suffering can have benefits, then you can endure it longer and better.